What is up, YouTube? This is DBZ439 coming at you with another deck profile, and this time it's Heroes. I've updated this deck for the new March 2021 ban list. I feel the new best decks are Dragon Link, Dinosaurs, Dogmatic Invoked, and Zoo Eldritch. I don't think Virtual World and Drytron will be relevant anytime soon, even with the Lightning Overdrive support. So I've built this deck to kind of address those top four decks. In addition to updating this deck, I've also taken Heroes to my locals, and I went 5-0. I went first place undefeated, 3 rounds of Swiss, 2 rounds of Top Cut. Round 1, I played Virtual World. Round 2, I played Numeron Eldritch. Round 3, I played Numeron Subterror. In the semifinals, I played Cyber Dragons, and in the finals, I played Orcust. And as a side note, my hardest matchup was round 2 with Eldritch Numeron because it was a grind game and it's really hard to win. And my other side note is that I feel Numeron, instead of going to Zexal because Zexal got banned, they go into Appaloosa with 4 materials. So obviously it's not as good as Zexal, but it's still a decent replacement to go first with. Obviously, Numerons have their utility going second by trying to OTK, but going first, they can make Appaloosa with 4 materials, so that's an okay replace budget or reasonable. It's not broken like Zexal, essentially. And the last thing I will say about my locals report, that I went 5-0. Every game went to game 3, so it was very tough every round. I had to really grind it out with Heroes, but it felt really rewarding when I went 5-0, so that was nice. Without any further ado, let's start the deck profile with the main deck. Obviously, it's a hero deck, so I'll start with the E-Heroes. The classic triple Stratos. On normal summon, special summon, get to add a hero monster from deck to hand. Usually you're searching Faris. If not, some other extender to help you go full combo. And its effect to kind of pop back rows is really clutch because it's non-targeting, so it helps deal with sub decks that try to chain stuff. So it forces their hand in trying to activate back row, so that's nice. For the other E-Heroes, double Shadow Mist. You obviously want to see your mass change as soon as possible, and sometimes you want to dump it off of Vyon to get the search. For the one of E-Heroes, the one Honest Neos for game. The one Liquid Soldier to fuse into Sunrise and Ab Zero. Also fix Brick's hand by drawing 2, pitch 1. Also on normal, it can summon Shadow Mist from the grave and get you mass change. And then the one Solid Soldier to help extend plays and also to revive Shadow Mist. That's it for the E-Heroes. Onto the Vision Hero package. Pretty standard. Triple Faris, which can special itself by pitching hero, and then puts increase in the spell and trap as a trap card. So that's insane. And then, like I said, double increase that Faris tutors for, and then increase itself tutors for Vyon. So we run 2 Vyons. Vyon is one of the important cards that you want to see resolve, because it will dump you either your Mally or Shadow Mist, and then it will search you your Poly. So that's really important. Next up for the D Heroes, we run 3. The 1 Plasma. If you can't end on Darklaw, you try to end on Plasma. And then obviously the double Mally. Unfortunately, Mally didn't come to Unlimited. It's still the only semi-limited card in the entire game, at least in the TCG. So I was really hoping it would come back to 3, or if we got hero lifts to 3, but it is what it is. You can't help it. Last hero monster we play, the one Adusted Gold. Again, it's a very expensive card. Hopefully it gets reprinted soon in the near future, but this card just helps you win games because you'll bait a lot of negates, and then you'll pitch the Adusted Gold, go into Bane, clear their board, and essentially have control of the game state. That's it for the hero monsters. Let's go on to our hand traps. We run the triple Ash Blossom. Again, one of the strongest hand traps ever in the game, so you want to max on it. And for the other hand trap I'm maining is triple Drone Lockbird. I feel it hits 3 of the top 4 decks. It hits Zoo. It doesn't hit Zoo Eldritch, but it hits Invoke Dogmatica, Dinosaur, and Dragon Link. So I feel it's a main deck lock, or at least the side. So in my opinion, I like maining it. You could go with DD Crow, which is like less high ceiling, but it's more versatile. But I just like high impact cards, so I'm maining Droll and Lock. That's it for our monsters. That should be 25. Onto our spells. Triple Mass Change. Arguably the best spell in the deck because it gets you into your boss monster, Darklaw. So you always want to see this card or at least search it through Shadow Mist. Triple E-Call. Rhoda for the deck. Not hard ones to return. If you open multiples, it's insane. And it couples really well with the next card that I added, which also replaces Super Poly, is triple Forbidden Droplets. Yes, I finally got my hands on these. It's an insane card in this deck. So the synergy with E-Call is insane. You activate the spell, they'll try to bait it with a monster negate on field. You chain Forbidden Droplets, you send the E-Call, and you still don't neg as much. At least from the E-Call, you probably might have to pitch some cards in hand, which is fine. Generally, they won't even, hit the E-Call on activation. Then you just search the Shadow Mist, and then you Forbidden Droplets, send the Shadow Mist, and you get Shadow Mist effect. So that's really cool. Droplets also helps you OTK with Trinity, so that's nice. Again, I replaced these for Super Polys, so this build is drastically different from other builds I've posted on the channel. So, just keep that in mind. But if you can't afford Droplets, which is perfectly understandable, it's $120 at the time of recording this video. I think Super Poly is a very decent budget replacement. The one Duster for, back row hate. And then for the other ones, the one Miracle Fusion, because it's searchable. Poly, searchable off of Vyon. One Rhoda, not searchable, but it searches your, whatever piece you need at the time. One Hero Lives, again, I wish it came back to 3, but it didn't. And the one Dark Calling for the Malicious Bane. So that wraps up for the spells. That should be 15 spells. Again, I should have the deck list down in the description box below, so feel free to check that out. Onto the... Let's do side deck real quickly. Triple Nibiru, I think it's good against most combo decks. Even though Virtual World kind of fizzled out of the format, I still think it's strong against Dragon Link, especially since they can't link cross Herald combo prior to 5th summon. Triple Lancia, this is for Dinosaur and Virtual World if I do end up running into it, but Lancia can also help you against Bird Up, which is a very popular deck, the Tri-Brigade Leaderless deck, and then it's also good against PK. So it has its application, and I feel it warrants a spot in your side deck. For the spells, you run the triple Dark Ruler No More for board-breaking cards. And then we have the flex, the triple Prismatic Lightning Storm. Again, for budget replacement, I definitely recommend Cosmic Cyclones, but Lightning Storm, this deck OTKs like no other, so you just want to go for game. You don't care if Eldritch, recycles their spell and traps, you're just trying to punch them in the face for game. And then for the last side deck card, we have triple Evenly Match. It's really good against Rogue, and it's good against Zoo Eldritch, anything that doesn't end on negates. It's a really good board-breaking card. Okay, that's it for the side. Let's quickly go on to the Xtra deck. For our links, we have Dread Decimator. Sometimes the Piercing comes up in the pump. Sometimes you link up with it with Ab Zero to trigger Ab Zero effect. The one Wonder Driver to recycle your Mash Change. The Double Cross Crusader, I was initially running only one because I was running Super Poly, so I cut the second Cross Crusader for Super Poly targets, So that second Cross Crusader comes in now that I put in Droplets, so that it comes in the grind game, essentially. I'm also running the Vision Hero package, or Vision Hero Fusions, Adoration and Trinity. Again, I cut the Super Poly targets, now I have Droplets, so now I'm playing Trinity and Adoration. Trinity for the OTK works perfectly with Droplets, and then Adoration for generic Fusion target. Next up, you run the one Malicious Bane for the Regeki on legs, the one Sunriser to search the Miracle Fusion to go into your Absolute Zero. It also pumps up all your monsters. Ab Zero for your Miracle Fusion target, also Regeki when it leaves the field. Onto the Mass Heroes, we have the one Acid, which can combo with the Ab Zero for the Harpie's Feather Duster Regeki play. And then if you couple it with the best card in the Xtra deck, Darklaw, if you go Acid, Absolute Zero under Darklaw, you basically banish their whole field, so that's insane. Not to mention that, Darklaw by itself is one of the best floodgate monsters of all time, even stronger than Winda in my opinion. Last of the Masked Heroes, the one Anki, because again, I had room to cut for the Super Poly targets. Just helps you beat over monsters and searches you more mass changes. And then the one Blast, it bounces back row, so that comes up sometimes because if they set a trap, They can't activate that turn. Pay 500, bounce it. And then mostly Blast is here to dodge Imperm or Veiler on your Stratos. Same thing with Dian. If they Imperm or Veiler your Solid Soldier, you're kind of screwed because now you basically lost your normal summon. So I'm running the Dian for the last slot because I don't want my Solid Soldier to lose to Imperm Veiler. Again, it's very situational, but if you guys have any recommendations for the last slot, please let me know what you guys think, what the last card should be down in the comment section below. I'd really love to hear your guys' opinion. Alright guys, that wraps it up for today's deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you like the content, please consider subscribing and leaving a like on the video. It really helps the channel out and it really motivates me to continue to make more content. Thank you guys so much for watching and have a nice day.